I look stupid whenever I put a seatbelt on. It's like, no, safetyism. Meeting girls, how the fuck do you do it? Especially in a time of feminism. It's, down with feminism. I want to fucking destroy feminism because it really stops people from, you know, meeting members of the opposite sex to start a relationship with. So yeah, that's it. But what also stops it is like male competitiveness, and sometimes then they're not even competing to get a relationship with that girl. They're like stuck in some sort of automatic mindset where they must try and like fake compete. Like they see a guy who sees a girl, it's as simple as that, and they want to step in and get between them, or take some of that guy's time so he can't go and talk to the girl, or take some of the girl's time so she can't go and talk to the guy, and she's talking to that guy for a bit. And it's like they don't really even have a serious vision or a plan to get with the girl. Sometimes they do, a lot of times they don't even. It's just a weird one-upmanship bullshit thing, the chav arrogance thing of the 90s. Male competitiveness, that's something that stops relationships between men and women as well. That's like the male version of the bullshit. But there's also the female version of the bullshit, like female collectivism and lesbianism, and like it's the meme. There's a meme going around of like the fat friend, like a guy is about to ask out, like the Chad blonde guy is about to ask out the trad blonde woman, and then between them there's like this fat like friend of the woman going, she's not interested, after they've just said hi to each other. But yeah, that's the female equivalent of that. And like women who hang out with women, they're just gonna blab and talk about people who they've seen, and like you hear some horrible things like from customers when you're working and stuff, like, oh, we were out at a bar last night and a guy approached us and we were like, no, not interested. Like they're talking in like a collective way, like we as a band, as a group of girls who only decide things collectivistically. This guy hit on one of our fucking swarm of ants, and we collectively were like not interested because he was like 2 years older than us. I think that was like the reason given. Like, it's like he was older than us, and then when they talked about it more, it's like he was like 2 years older than them, so he basically was the same age essentially. And why would that even be a thing if the guy was a lot older than them, if they're just all adults, which they were? Like, it's the female collectives that guard each other against ever having a heterosexual relationship. The women who stop their women friends from dating a man because you don't need no man, and because patriarchy, like something that doesn't exist, and because male privilege, and because all men are evil, and because kill all men hashtag. These are the evils that feminism has launched into the world, which are anti-me and my kinds of thing. 20th century love coupling, 20th century style traditional relationships between men and women. I seek to bring them back. You can't do that in places where this feminist behavior has got in. Yeah, and so that's against you when you're dating the feminist bullshit, and also the chavvy male fake competitiveness bullshit, which seems to me like almost like male feminist bullshit. Because it's kind of like white knighting for the women. It's like I protect the woman from being dated by a man. Like, I am not trying to date the woman, I'm just trying to protect the woman from being dated by any man I see around me that also wants to date the woman. And it's kind of like simp behavior. It's like an OnlyFans simp, like the white knight, the gatekeeper of the woman. Like, yeah, these are terrible behaviors, and I see them quite often. I think it's kind of a leftist male thing, like trying to stop your friend or your male acquaintance or someone you know. As a man, you're stopping the other male from dating a woman just from just seeing a man be interested in a girl in front of you, you feel like you have to step in. That's evil behavior to think that, to try and enact that. Yeah. So that's against you when you're dating. Other things against you when you're dating, just for me, it's just I'm an introvert. I'm a bit shy. I'm not an extrovert. I'm not loud. I'm not outspoken. I'm not brazen. I'm not like you see some of these pickup artist guys who are like, oh yeah, you could just meet people on the street by just walk out onto the street and just hit on every woman you see. You could hit on 100 women that day and get 100 women's phone numbers. Like, yeah, just walk up to them and do it, man. Well, they're going to exist less anyway these days because of feminism being a tool that quite successfully deflects against that, which sounds like a good thing in that context, but is actually a bad thing in general. But yeah, the mindset of the pickup artist is like an extrovert mindset. It's like a loud person's mindset. It's like a jock, like an overconfident guy mindset, whereas mine is like an underconfident guy mindset, I guess, where it's like, yeah, I want to date someone, I want to meet someone, but I'm not just going to walk out in the middle of the street and ask the hottest girl in the street, hey, do you want to go on a date? Give me your phone number. Because I'd be like more over thoughtful about it, over timid. I'd be like, wait, I'm not going to just waltz up to this person here. They might be a fucking lesbian. They might date girls. They might not even date guys at all. Like, so I want to get to know someone before I ask them out. I want to, take that route of becoming 3-month-long friends with a girl before I ask her out as a serious relationship. That's how I operate. So other things that come with being an introvert like that and trying to ask people out on a date is like, where do you initially meet people? What do you say? What are the... And then I've got to dodge, in my mind, I've also got to dodge feminism, and then I've got to find out if they even date guys because of the lesbianism thing, and then you've also got to find out if they are even women because of the fucking trans thing that's come along. You've also got to look at politics. Like, I don't really want to date someone who's a super hyper religious conservative. I definitely don't want to date someone who's a leftist or a feminist. So, you don't see that when there's just a woman in front of you, unless they've got dyed purple hair or a big Jesus crossed on their chest. So you have to talk to them to find out those things, and it can seem a bit awkward if you're like, before I try and get to know this woman or ask her out or something, I'm gonna say, are you a feminist? Are you vaxxed? That's another one. Are you a libertarian? Are you a super conservative? Do you like Trump? Do you hate Trump, but do you hate him for the correct reason? Or do you hate him because I love communism? Or like, you got all this, so it's like a minefield of, I have to find the correct string of words to approach someone with, and then I have to filter, I have to put them through various filter tests to see whether they, you might try putting someone through those tests, like by asking questions of them, and then just so many of them are instantly filtered out, so you just think someone's normal, and you start talking to them and using the questions to find out what they believe, and you get to like the third question and they're already insane, and they're already in your no checkbox kind of thing. Like, don't date this person, it will fuck you up and you know it thing. But then you start doing that and you think, like, it's the old dating site thing of, I'm creating shopping lists for who to date, and eventually your shopping list becomes so long that no person can realistically fit in the shopping list, so you have to lower your standards and you have to think, is there some possible way that I could date a religious conservative who loves Trump? Is there some possible way I can date some version of a feminist? And you don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that, but the more you go on, you start making new things on your shopping list, like, I don't want someone who believes in ghosts, because that's bullshit. I don't want someone who believes homeopathy works, because that's bullshit. And you reduce it down and it's like 2 too many people out there on the street believe in these bullshit things they've been indoctrinated to believe that aren't what you believe. So maybe you could go into the relationship with someone who believes an absolute pile of nonsense, and then via the relationship with you over time you could change them to believe normal things by just talking to them while you're in the relationship. You start getting ideas like that, and it's like, is that doable though? Is it gonna work? Is it likely? Yeah. Another thing about introverts trying to ask girls out is like, I think it's like, how do I phrase this? Like you see girls, if you're putting aside all the, oh, they might disagree with you politically, or they might have things that aren't on your shopping list. If it's just like girl meets boy, like there is a cute girl there, I want to ask her out, I want to talk to her. It's like, how do you do that? Also, another thing is finding out if a girl is already taken or not. You know, never mind whether they're a lesbian or not. Are they actually already dating some other guy? Like, are they married? Do they have kids already? Like, all those things to watch out for. But yeah, anyway, going back to what I said, just approaching someone, like when and where will you get away with, because you can't do it with a feminist, because feminists will demonize you for just approaching someone and asking them out, or approaching them and they've got feminist bullshit on the mind, and being asked out in a variety of different settings will set them off into triggered, offended mode where they'll call you a misogynist for doing so. Don't ever date feminists, basically. And then that shouldn't happen too much. But a lot of normies are indoctrinated into this mindset by leftist feminists now. But the way it should work is just, you could ask anyone out anywhere for any reason at any time. That's how it should be. So the female behavior that encourages that, just the openness and freedom of a man can approach me at any time and ask me out, and I can say yes or no, or talk to them a bit before I come to a decision or something. That's how it should be. But then there's just like trying to, like, if you want to ask someone out but you've seen them and they're in the middle of doing something, like how invested are they in doing the activity they're doing that they're not distracted enough for you to talk to them? Like someone's at the fuel station, they're filling up their car with petrol. I mean, do you approach them while they're doing that and start a conversation? Because some girls will be like, yeah, I'll talk to you while I'm doing this. And other girls will be like, it's a bit of an annoying time. Like, I would talk to you if I wasn't filling up my car with petrol right now. But then you're like, well, this is the only time I've seen you, and by the time you filled up your car with petrol and paid for it, you've driven your car off somewhere and I might never see you again. So maybe this is the only time to approach you and talk. And the girl's either open to it or she's not open to it. Sadly, in this current society we live in, too many girls are not open to it, to just being approached in a variety of settings, to be courted by a boy, a guy, a man, whatever, a male. So that openness has to be within the girl. There's a lot of stuff that comes with like girls changing massively to the point where they reject feminism utterly and are completely for all sorts of male dating, I was going to say procedures, it sounds very formal, male dating actions, I guess. Yeah, you just have to be open to, you have to want it for a start, which feminism is trying to make women not want to be dated by men. So another reason why you shouldn't date a feminist or someone influenced by a feminist, which could even be like a conservative at this stage. Yeah, there are lots of things to consider when trying to date someone or meet someone new for a relationship, and it's just very difficult in this world. I want to try and I want to do it, but once again I think I have to be more malleable and find different ways of doing it from the ways I've been trying up till now. It was so much easier in the 2010s when you could just meet a girl on the internet. She would be very talkative on the internet. That doesn't happen now at all. And then she'd meet you in real life and you'd go hanging out in real life and dating like normally. Doesn't happen now. And time's getting on. Catch you all later, folks.